Hey everybody, welcome to Hot Shot Sports Talk. This is Willie G. That's Hollis V. We're here to talk about the hot issues today. All right, Hollis, how you feeling, my man? How you feeling?
Doing all right. It's been a good week. It's actually been a long week. Had to do a little bit of recovery from having to do that hot pepper challenge with you. Uh,
Yeah, you
that
might
past.
owe our viewers a little apology. Myself, maybe,
No,
I don't
oh,
know.
you know what? Don't. You ain't gotta put me on the spot. I mean,
It's all
but
good
yeah,
now. You don't owe nobody apology.
yeah, damn right.
It
I
happens
don't
to
know
the
anybody's
best of
shit.
us, right?
But you know what?
Happens to the best of us.
I will say it took a little bit away from our what we were trying to do last week. But I can tell you what, man, I did the one thing I am sorry about is even agreeing to the whole event, man. Because I tell you what, at 4 o'clock the next morning, I mean, I've never experienced
Oh.
so much pain in my life. Uh,
Yeah, I
so that
bet.
there were
The
there were a lot of bad decisions made last week, and
for
we're
all
just
you
we're
gamers
just
out there, that's the real red ring of death he's talking about.
yeah, it's man, I never experienced it, and I don't ever want to experience it. So
Yeah, well,
we might
don't
be
lose any more
reevaluating.
bets. Don't lose any more of
We're
these.
we might just have to reevaluate what we're doing as far as the challenge is what
Yeah,
I'm trying to do.
just don't lose anymore. Hey, it's a hot shot, man. We got to take some hot shots.
Yeah.
Maybe we do hot shot sauces. Taking a shot of hot sauce. I don't know. I could find some really hot stuff out there,
Yeah.
Paulus, like
I don't know.
well, guys, tonight we're gonna get into this hot pepper challenge. I lost this Thursday. The Cardinals, they almost came through for me. It was a very exciting game. Seattle, they're battling for first place in the division.
Yeah.
Hollis takes
And that's
Seattle. I
and
take
and I
Arizona.
I hated to I hate to bet on Seattle, but I mean, Russell Wilson is a phenomenal player, and
He's great.
Kyler Murray is a
He's right
little
there. He
little
seems
pocket
like he's on the
badass too,
cusp
man.
of something really
He is.
special.
No, and they're doing great. And so Seattle and Arizona games are always a great game to watch. I know that it's not going to be like watching the Cowboys versus the Eagles on Thursday night.
Yeah, hopefully
We're going to actually
nobody
see some
has
quality football.
watched that.
Um, but you know what? That's just what we live with as Cowboys
Right.
and Eagles fans.
So
But
we're gonna
as NFL fans, we can always be happy to see the Cardinals play
right,
and go into what they always do, man, is that sweet battle. We've got a little bit of time, Will. Um,
right.
but that was a very good game to watch
Oh,
last
that's
night.
great.
It
And
was
then we're gonna
amazing.
get
They never felt
into
it.
our NFL picks this week.
Yeah,
Talk a little bit of New Orleans quarterback situation. See
we
how
will.
that's going on down there. Once we get through that, we're gonna talk about the upcoming boxing match. We got our boy Tyson, boy
Hmm.
Jones. They're
Yep.
considered post prime. Who knows what kind of boxing we're gonna see? Are we gonna see that crazy, Tyson Bob Weave snap left hook? Is that gonna
We can get
that's a
into it. And
day ender for
you know,
anybody? So
I think we're going to see a amped up Tyson versus a still very well in shape Roy Jones
I don't
Jr. I mean,
think Roy Jones is
and
gonna look as in shape as Tyson,
we can talk about it.
in my opinion. And then as we wrap things up in this episode, we're gonna talk a little local sports, couple of local athletes, and there and
I think
such.
we might discuss a little bit of the NBA draft that recently happened.
Yeah.
We can discuss a one of the local players that actually played up here in Alaska, made it to the show, which is
Oh
awesome
man.
to discuss. I know that Willie, you got one of your volleyball coaches up there in Talkeetna made the
Oh
news,
man.
which is
Made
awesome.
national news.
Yeah,
So
and then
little itty bitty town of Talkeetna
yeah,
doing big things. So as
yeah,
we
and
get into
that's
this,
all good.
man, guys, this is gonna be fun. We got a great
Yeah,
episode coming up for everybody here.
we're doing our best. We're trying to keep it on time. I'm not drinking as much today. I'm doing my thing. Willie hasn't taken as much vitamins today, so this is
No,
actually
man. Oh, look,
we're trying to put some quality stuff up there, and I know I'm gonna do my best to promote my favorite game of all that I love to play in the game of darts. Kind of give y'all some info of what's going on with that across the state and nationally and worldwide. My favorite time of the year is about to come up here in about a month. The World Dart Championships. So we might give you a little get you a little moist about that, and then we'll get into some closing arguments where I can try and point out some wrongs that Willie has pointed out, and Willie can definitely point out some wrongs that I have, and then we'll close it down to you. So we're gonna try to sit down here and ease into it. So
So I'm hoping this is gonna
we're
work. So this is the only milk I have. Oh, I got. You know
oh
what?
you got that?
I got a
Did you get
backup.
that, Willie? Did you get that from like the bush store? Like you went to? Did you go to Glen Allen to get that milk, or like
Dog,
where'd you go?
it never goes bad. It's got like a year till it goes bad, man.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness,
it's
man! That's like
organic,
that's
by
like
the way. It's
so
it's it's
so that
organic
you
whole
know how
milk.
much
So,
that
but I
that
lost
thing
the
of
straw.
that
There's a
milk.
straw you're supposed to stab in there, and I lost it. I wonder if I could just pull this tab. But I also got a thing of eggnog, so
Mm.
it's kind of thick. I'm like, and for your boy that thinks I wasn't eating. The last time I chose the biggest habanero I could find, right? But
Oh, those were the ones that I might as well
yeah,
just like
yeah, yeah. You
rip those
foxed
out
with
and
these. You
just
foxed with these a little bit,
yeah.
man. So
Alright.
I got three of
So
them.
I started our timer into our body
All
here.
right, let's get into
So,
this here then. So this is the
so you
hot
got
pepper
what do you
challenge. I lost the bet. It was Cardinals Seahawks in Seattle with no crowd. Even though I could have swore I heard the Seahawks chant going on.
yeah. And there
God,
was I would have to say that I watched that game and I would have to say like you can tell that they're pumping crowd noise
were
in,
you
and I think that there was at
a little
one
bit
or two.
more?
Yeah, yeah, I think they
Sounded
were
louder than
because
some
you
of the
could
other
say
games.
yes, exactly. Which and I get
Yeah,
that. Like I'm not gonna hate on that. I mean,
but the rules
if
is
they're
the
gonna keep it in the
rules.
nature, yeah, the rules are the rules, and if they're gonna keep it, if they're gonna pump crowd noise in,
I fully
I would
agree.
I would have to agree that the crowd noise needs to be
70
louder in
decibels,
Seattle.
nothing above
Yep, it
70.
needs or what their average decibels are for the
Right.
season. Like what's your average decibel count throughout the season? That's how loud
Don't
the crowd noise should be.
I
So
don't
then
want to
yes,
eat this.
Seattle would be it. So all right, so I had
All
to
right,
come
you
up with
got questions? You
I got a
ready?
few questions. I've got three questions.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
get the
do
eggnog ready.
I'm gonna keep them sports. I'm gonna try and do
All
them
right.
with the theme that we're going on the show. So
We're going to try and
we
keep
got
the
I've got a
answers short and quick too so we can move right through this. I'm not happy about
so
this.
I'll try and keep the introductions short and quick as well. So first we're gonna talk about this later on the show.
You
Who you
ready?
got coming up in 2 weeks? You got Mike Tyson or Roy Jones Jr. doing his thing? Who you got and why? And also we're gonna say how early do you got him going in? So So I've got who you got, Tyson or Jones? Give you some time to sit there and good grief, you look like you're hurting, man.
I am picking Mike
Uh,
Tyson.
so you got Tyson
And Mike
Jones.
Tyson is going
How
to knock
early?
Jones out in the third round.
Ooh, he's knocking him out
Oh,
in the third round.
his
I'm
ru-
writing this down
now,
because I totally disagree.
oh,
Hey,
third round.
agree.
Ugh.
Tyson. Good grief. So one recommendation that one thing I don't recommend that you
Ugh.
do to kill that taste out of your mouth. Don't drink any gin. Oh man.
Ugh.
So you're sitting there thinking that Tyson is going to knock
Ugh.
Roy Jones Jr. out
In the third round.
3 rounds in
That's
the
my
third round.
prediction. You asked me what I'm thinking. That's my prediction.
All right, so we'll move on to the
All
next one. While Willie's cooling down, and I'll give a short intro.
right,
We
go
had a
ahead.
recent had a recent
Oh,
quarterback injury pop up in the NFL.
oh
So
no,
now
bring
we've got
up
an open starting
still
position
hot
there in New
pepper
Orleans.
challenge. What's the
So
next
so who
question?
do that's what I'm asking.
Oh
Who do you,
god, I
who should start at NOLA? Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston? Who's starting? Who do you think should start? not who is starting, because we already know who's starting. But who do you think should start? Don't be stalling now, because I got called out. Granted, the stall that I did on a pepper last week was a
Yeah, you
very
took
long
forever
and
to eat
strenuous.
yours.
Well, you know what? There were a lot of factors that went into that, so that's why we're making up
um,
for this tonight.
the person I think that should start is Taysom Hill, and only because they say he plays like Steve Young.
Okay,
Oh,
I
that
don't
dude.
necessarily think I ever saw. I don't think I ever necessarily remember Steve Young going out there and catching dimes like Taysom Hill does, but it is what it is.
No, I think that it's the guy that's been in the offense the longest, knows the offense. If you believe he can make the NFL style throws,
All right.
that's who you
Well,
go with. You go with the
all right.
guy that knows your offense. Yeah, they're the backup there. He's been in the system at the beginning of the year. He didn't have the spring training or whatever, the OTAs. He didn't have any of that. Didn't have any of the on-field stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't know the offensive lineman beforehand. Wasn't hanging, chilling.
All right. Well, I'm giving you a break here for you talking about this because we're going to talk it around. And also, I'm sorry I had to change
Oh,
the
I got
camera
seeds.
to show the show the
Oh, man.
audience Midnight's back there. Well, now she's Midnight. You're on film now. Be a
Dude,
lady,
your
please.
boy, your boy thought I'm faking, man. He could eat it
Oh,
right now. My nose is running.
Willie got accused of eating some Costco bell peppers at the last one, so he's getting
Oh
over that
my
now. So, all right,
gosh.
moving on to our last one,
Next
our third and final
question, last
question.
question,
Well,
last
our
pepper,
last
dude. I
one.
swear to God, this is the
Uh,
last pepper because you're losing every bet from here on out.
all right. Bo Sox coach coming back off of suspension. He's they just re-signed him. He's coming back into play. He's doing his thing. Should he be allowed back? Should he not? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say allowed back, but I mean, should they hire him back? Is that a good call, bad call? What's up?
It's so hot all over, dude. Like all the way. My ears are melting right now.
Yeah,
Um, no, man. I don't think he should be allowed in any position to manage a freaking baseball team again. If he was involved in it as a manager before, proven, you've already proven that you can't lead young men in a competitive team sport without cheating. We have a guy, Pete. Oh man, I still got this stuff in my teeth.
I hope you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow before you go do your
Oh,
ice
dude, I
fishing
just
trip.
chugged like half of this.
Or like,
Ugh.
dude, like what are you gonna do when you're on your ice fishing trip tomorrow
I'm
and you gotta
bringing
take a
extra
dump?
toilet paper.
Yeah, but
Um,
good grief.
no,
You
dude, he
realize how
should
much that
not.
hurts, man?
Alex Cora should not be able to coach again, in my opinion. That's a bad move, and it's a bad move by the Sox, who are accused also of stealing signs, to hire him back. Um,
Well, that
there's
was
plenty
wasn't
of
that a
other.
big part of
There's
why he
plenty
got
of other good.
wasn't that a big part of why he got suspended? I mean,
Yeah, I think
right.
there's plenty of other good managerial choices you could have gone with from the minor leagues. There's from college. You know what I mean?
Say what?
So you have Pete Rose is not allowed involved in the game, and he didn't even cheat. You know,
Yeah.
mm,
No, he didn't. He just did badass, and he always bet on himself, and people got mad.
my
Um.
fucking. Oh, I
All
shouldn't
right.
be cussing, man. My bad.
Yep.
No,
That's
and you
Mayor.
know
Is
what?
that our
And
all right?
so
We
Robinson
need to
Cano's
start.
got to sit out a whole year too. We're staying on the subject for just a second. Robinson
Okay.
Cano's got to stay out a whole year. He in the off season just got tested for positive for PEDs, 162 game suspension. The guy's a goddamn cheater. It's his second time trying to cheat the system.
What if
But it's
what
his
if
off
those
season, so I
what if
don't think that like he should even be tested in the off season.
yeah,
You're
I
not in
totally
team
agree. And
facilities. You,
what if he tested positive for dick pills? Like what if he's taking some dick pills and he gets tested positive for that?
oh, it does open.
No, but no, I get what you're saying, man. There's there's definitely kids out there doing a lot less egregious things than what happened there with the Astros and the Sox. Um, I think a lot of people that bring up those cheating issues with the Sox and the Astros are just sour that their team didn't do as great as they should have that season, and so that's why you hear it as loud as it is. But you're right. I mean, they cheated. They definitely did something that was
The Astro players, man, they freaking they nothing happened to those guys. Nothing happened to those guys.
well,
Nelson,
but
oh,
but what I mean
Nelson
that's
Cruz
such
had
a
a he was the first one to come out in the whole Balto scheme and all
well,
that stuff.
but you're
And
well, Nelson Cruz
he was like, hey, I'll
is a
take the
turd.
suspension, but at least he was suspended for cheating.
If Nelson Cruz makes a
You hate
catch
that guy.
in the
He
2011
hates
World
this guy.
Series,
Oh,
makes a
he
freaking
hates this
play,
guy.
does that, wins the World Series, then I'd be, oh dude, I'd be such a, hey, that's fun.
But you know
But
what I
no,
mean. But he
no,
came forward and was like, hey,
I cannot
and
get
he
his
still
back and have
served
any.
game suspensions.
Well,
So
you know, good for him. I don't feel sorry
I
for
don't
that
want
guy.
these
I
guys
don't feel
back
sorry
in.
for him. So anyway, all right. So moving on. Um, so we did this, we did that. Let's go into our Will. That was like the shortest hot pepper challenge that we've done
I
in a
know
while,
you do it and get it over
and we
with. You took way too
and we
long trying to show off eating extra peppers and everything. You're
well,
crazy, Vato.
man, that was just the gin talking, man.
All right, let's get into this next
All right,
subject.
so we're moving
We're
into.
talking New Orleans
Are we going?
quarterback situation. You asked me about
Yeah,
it, who I think should be starting. I said Taysom Hill. He's already going to guaranteed be the starter. They already said it. Adam Schefter broke the news today. Um,
yeah, I saw that.
you know, and a shout out to my boy Dustin Murr, who he loves Nolan Saints, you know?
Well,
He's out
who doesn't?
screaming who dat in the streets. You know, just who
Yeah,
dat. You know, he's getting it. But
yeah.
and he told me that he likes Taysom Hill and he likes him a lot. He didn't know about him as a full-time quarterback, but you know,
I don't.
and that was just talking to Dustin in short as a Saints fan.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
being just because I come off as a typical Cowboys homer, um, I follow the NFL, as a
yeah,
fan, and the Saints have always been one of the teams that I follow. I remember watching Drew Brees play when I was in eighth grade in 1997. I watched him play in the Texas 5A state championship.
but Drew Brees
Uh,
isn't playing.
no, he's not. I'm just going back on why I follow the Saints and why I
Oh,
enjoy
okay,
watching them
okay.
play and why I always followed them because the Cowboys have sucked for however long. You know how much how about how long the Cowboys have sucked because you constantly bring it up. It's always in your mouth and in everybody else's mouth because
Well,
everybody's a
when you're
freaking
doing
Cowboys
as
hater.
bad as they are
So
this year, it's tough not to notice.
good grief, man! Man,
Sorry.
it's
I'm been
tough.
fortunate. I've had some fortunate years
I'm out
as of
there.
late.
I'm in the
As a
streets,
pack,
son.
as a
It's tough.
Packers fan, I've been pretty
It's
darn
tough out there being a
fortunate, sir.
Cowboys fan. But man, so you're forced to. stop being so biased for your team and actually looking and seeing
Absolutely.
what teams are doing good and doing whatever. I mean, that's I'm
Well,
a
we
big
still
Brett
get to
Favre
be
fan.
home. We
Uh,
still get to be homers, but now
yeah,
we're doing our thing tang with the bang bang right here.
yeah, yeah.
We got to talk
But
about them all. So here's our
so
shot.
the Saints are a very good program. Sean Payton is running his thing, doing his stuff, and I've enjoyed seeing what he's done with Taysom Hill and just pushed him into the offense and not overtaking Drew
So
Brees.
this is actually a
So
concept that I brought up. No joke, to my buddy Adam Reinhart. Shout out to him in Seattle. He lives in Seattle right now. He's currently working on a coronavirus cure himself too, through UW and Harborview Medicine and all those guys. But
word.
years ago, I have at least a decade ago, I said, why haven't hasn't anybody implemented a two quarterback system on the field in the NFL, where you have
It's
one
a
guy
horrible
who's
fucking idea.
where you always have one guy on the field that you know can make any throw. That's your Drew Brees, right? And but you also have another quarterback on the field that not can just make throws, but make catches and runs and do that half back, that half hitch or pistol offense. But you have that pistol offense with the other throwing quarterback behind him. So at any point you can make a pitch and a throw. You know what I mean? That's the game. And
No, but you
I brought
so
that concept up to him, and he told me I was crazy. And here's this mad guy, Sean Payton, just implementing the
okay,
exact offense
so you're saying that you had the same idea that what Sean Payton is
a
implementing now.
decade ago.
Okay, because this what Sean Payton with the two QB challenge or whatever we're doing here is the total opposite of whoever the fuck the quarterback was or whoever the hell the coach was whenever they were running the quarterback controversy in Dallas with Chan Gailey or I'm sorry, Chad Hutchinson and Quincy Carter in 2000.
Oh
So
right.
it's totally different situation because there's no reason to have a quarterback controversy, but if you have two quarterbacks that can contribute to the
And
team
Drew Brees
on the
is
field at the
fairly
same time.
mobile as a quarterback as well. You know
Okay,
what I mean? So
yeah.
they're
So,
having
and
that
I'm sorry, I was, I'm trying to make a joke, and that didn't go very well because of how I delivered it. But I mean, just having two quarterbacks in your lineup that are there, how Sean Payton does it is totally different than how Wade
right.
Campo did it. You know what I'm
Earlier, well,
saying?
the reason
Uh,
I even thought about it was we were having the debate over Brett Favre retiring and Aaron Rodgers coming in, and I was like, how can I make this make sense to we get Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre on the field? Like I'm really talking some dumb stuff, and Adam called me out for it.
yeah, but that's but
But
that's a but
but
that's a
it
totally different situation than what you
absolutely
have here because
absolutely Taysom Hill
yeah,
is a crazy athlete, but
yes.
Sean Payton touts that he is the the Steve Young of this generation.
Well, you
He's
know
the
what? Taysom
new
Hill is freaking
innovative
awesome.
guy.
What I like about Taysom Hill is he has the athletic ability, and I mean now, I mean before Jameis Winston dropped all those pounds that he had in Tampa. Have you looked at that dude? That dude looks skinny as hell. Man, that guy looks like he freaking just got out of rehab and was doing whatever. I mean, compared to what what he looked like. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. That guy when he was in Florida, he looked like he'd been stealing crab legs and eating every freaking weekend. You know what I'm saying? And then now it looks like he got caught stealing crab legs and doing whatever, and so he had to sit a freaking week and a half in jail and hadn't seen nothing. So have you seen how he slimmed down? I mean,
Yeah,
yes,
but
he's prepared
he's a
himself. He's done
backup.
his thing, but where
He,
I'm going with
I
this
didn't think he was
is
good enough to begin with, Willie.
Taysom Hill has just as much athletic ability, if not better, than Jameis Winston.
Right.
But Jameis Winston has just as much athletic ability, if not more, than Taysom Hill because he could sit there and he could do the same things that Taysom Hill is doing. But does he have the uh, just the go for it attitude? Like, does he have like the team mentality to sit there and do like, hey, I want to do whatever it takes for my team to win that Taysom Hill does? Does he have that mentality? Can he sit there and lead a team and do whatever.
Well,
I mean, is he going to sit there and play any position that he needs to just be on the field to win, like Taysom Hill's done for the past? How long have we been watching that kid play in the
3
NFL now?
years,
Like,
four
yeah, three,
years.
four
They
years.
just signed
Yeah,
him to a
three, 4
2-year
years. Yeah,
contract. So
yeah. So we've been seeing this guy sit there and get out there and play and just say whatever talent you want to play, whatever
Sean
position
Payton's
you
a
want me to be in.
quarterback guy,
Uh,
and
dude
he's good.
doesn't that kid?
If he thinks that he's better than Jameis Winston at throwing the ball, see, it's about being able to
Yeah,
throw the ball as a quarterback.
yes,
And
exactly. And
Lamar
that's I was
Jackson's
going to
doing
bring that
that
up.
better. You know what I mean? It's about throwing the ball as a quarterback and
Yeah,
controlling
but
the
and
ball.
but Jameis Winston has proven that he can throw the ball, and so that's one thing that you can
Okay,
say. But
here's
he's
some
also
numbers
throwing.
on Jameis Winston though.
He's proven that he can throw the ball, but he's also
Career
proven that he
career
has
he
proven.
has 41 fumbles. Jameis Winston.
So Jameis Winston's proven that he
Or
can throw the
30
ball,
31 fumbles. So here's his
but
stat line.
he's also thrown out there that he can throw the ball pretty bad because
Yeah,
last year
he has
he had
121
30
touchdowns,
and 30.
88
He went 30 for
interceptions.
30 last year.
He's yeah, not very good.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
man,
yeah,
that I
he threw for 5100 yards. He threw for
yeah,
5100 yards.
like I just said, he's proven that he can throw very
But
well,
he also has
but he's also
he
proven that he
he
can
was
throw
a
pretty
one for
shitty.
one
Yeah,
touchdown to interception rate last year.
yeah,
Horrible.
yeah.
30 interceptions is no good. Your team is not going to win. Sean Payton sees that and he goes, "Hey,
Right.
you know what? The guy's going to be able to manage it with our offense because you know what? We could dump it out to Kamara and Kamara can take it, he could take it 5 yards for 15 times and he could take it to the house 3 times in a game, you know? Or they have good wide receivers out there. So I see, yeah, Winston's the backup because he's a manageable quarterback at that right now.
Yeah,
Taysom Hill's
I
been
I
in
mean,
in the in the
I think
situation. Taysom Hill only has 18 pass attempts in his career in the NFL.
yeah, that's one thing I think we'll see.
18. That's it.
I think that and we might come into this conversation might develop into here in a little bit about who is going to emerge as the NFC South champ, but we can talk about that here in a minute. But I totally agree with you on that point you just brought up about how many
It's
times have
just
we
wearing
seen
off.
Mr. Hill get up there and just freaking sling it? I think where we're gonna see Sean.
You see that guy's guns, dude? Like seriously,
Well,
Taysom
no,
Hill
and
is stat. Like, he could throw the ball
hey,
50 times in a game, I'm sure.
let's stay on it here. Let's stay on topic here, there,
But that's
Mister
what I'm
G.
saying.
But
He can throw the
what I was
ball
gonna
that many
say,
times if he needs to.
what what I'm bringing up is I think that we're gonna see a little bit more uh offensive genius from Sean Payton come out to incorporate Jameis Winston into the offense. To hey, big boy. All right, go on, big guy. I think we're going to see Sean
Absolutely.
Payton. I
No,
think we're going to see
Jameis
Sean Payton
Winston.
bring them into to just so much
They
just
they
help
already
out.
said there's no packages
Yeah,
for Jameis Winston like there was for Taysom Hill. He's
yeah,
strictly a backup.
but I think it's but if I was Jameis Winston and I'm in that situation, hey coach, do something that complements Hill and brings out
He's
what I
not
can
that
bring in.
guy. I don't think he's that guy.
But well, and that's why he's in the situation he's in.
Yeah.
And that's why you have freaking Sean Payton coming out there and saying, "Hey, here's Taysom Hill going to start over Jameis
Taysom
Winston."
Hill,
That's
Taysom Hill,
why.
they signed him to the 2-year deal for $21 million or something like that. So they're paying him to make plays, right?
Yeah.
They got Jameis Winston on a 1-year deal. Yo, bro, you're backup. You're getting paid backup money. So just go sit over
Did
there, take your backup money. This is the guy who we're going with because
you
he's
see
already
how?
proven he can make plays. He's
Did
already
you see
proven he
last
can make
week?
the plays.
Or not last week? Because Breeze got hurt. But did you see
That was rough, dude. That was a gnarly
when they
tackle. I
the week
watched that.
before when they beat the Saints beat Tampa? How they did? and Winston came in and was eating the W or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
that is like
maybe that's what got the ultimate decision. Like, yo, dude, you
maybe
didn't really do
yeah
anything.
that
You shouldn't be out
man
there
Jamie.
taunting. All
I'm
right.
not.
Well, into the next subject. Taysom Hill's gonna be the starting quarterback. I think he should be. He's gonna be. Next subject here is the Tyson-Jones fight. Got a little graphic getting ready to pop for everybody. So right now we got a picture of Jones on the left, wrinkled forehead, and we got Mike Tyson on the right with this crazy ass face tattoo. Thriller presents. So we got this fight coming up. It's pretty awesome. We get to see two legends. We're back now with Hollis and Willie. We get to see these two legends duke it out. This is the fight that should have happened. What, 2000 maybe?
I would
Like
have to say
20
yeah,
20 years ago,
er,
right
earlier in
around
there.
2000,
Well, the
something like
thing
that,
was is that
99.
yeah, yeah.
And
The thing was that Roy Jones never he didn't ever make weight enough to hey, can you go somewhere else, buddy? I'll let him know. All right. Sorry about that,
all good,
man.
all good.
Guys,
Hey, being a papa's being
we
a
got a
papa,
yeah,
you know.
dad time here at the house with the boys on Friday night is a little rough. But anyway, uh I listened to Joe Rogan had both of these guys on his podcast um in the past 2 months. Well, in the past 2 months he's had Roy Jones on, and in the past 4 months he's had Tyson on, and he had
Right.
Tyson on right when this thing popped off, and when right before Mike went into training and all that good stuff. But one thing that uh, Roy Jones was they were doing. And
Go ahead.
no, Deacon distracted me here, but oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about why they didn't meet when they were in the early 2000s, and I'm sorry.
Right.
Um, one of the things was is that Roy Jones talked about this was he never went up
Made
and
his
made weight.
weight. Yeah.
Yeah, he never went up and made the weight to do that,
Well,
because he didn't want to overexert himself. He didn't want to do anything. And another thing was is that Tyson didn't want to take weight to go down to fight him, because
how
why are
much?
you going to
Where was
drop?
he gonna take the weight from? The
Yeah,
guy, right? Like, where was Mike
yeah,
Tyson gonna take the weight from? Water? No, he knew that's not healthy, and boxers don't really do that as much
yeah,
as wrestlers and UFC
yeah,
fighters.
yes,
They do cut
exactly, and
they
that's
do cut
yeah,
weight, but I don't think it's to the extraneous circumstances that the aforementioned sports normally do. But the
no, no,
fight,
it's not, because
the,
you have to do a lot of different things, and that's,
right.
I mean, I don't know, it is what it is, but
Well,
I don't think that ever really, I feel that
their
that was
careers
why.
their careers were kind of on a mismatch path of 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 making it happen too. Just one of those things. Well, but on the 28th of this month, 8 days from today, next Saturday, we get to see it go down. It's gonna be 8 rounds, 8 2-minute rounds with 12-ounce gloves, and Mr. Mike
Floyd,
Tyson
Floyd,
is gonna dip,
Floyd
dodge, duck, dive, and dodge, and crack O Jones right in his face. And I mean, Jones has been taken.
there's a lot of things, factors going on in this,
I
because
I
I
don't
think
even think Jones is
Roy
gonna
Roy
land. I'm
Ro-
gonna go
so
out on a limb and say Jones doesn't land 50 punches in this fight.
oh my God, that is a
Oh my
bold
gosh, third round
freaking
knockout
statement. I
and
I
50
I censored
punches.
myself on that comment there, William. I censored myself and didn't
Good.
even drop it. I even called you William, by the way. But so
50.
he's not even gonna land a punch.
50.
Like,
He's not gonna land
not gonna land
50
50, I'm not gonna land
in a
50
fight.
punches. All right.
It won't even get to
That is,
50.
that is a bold statement. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can.
Eight
I don't know how I feel
rounds.
about this.
It's
So
good.
so one
The
of the things that
the the
Roy Jones Jr. Brought up in his when he was on Rogan's podcast, he discussed about how they dropped the round time down, and it was the only way that he was able to fight was because uh, Tyson's camp wanted to drop the round time down from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. And then they only want to go 8 rounds and all that stuff because it's exhibition. Well, but both the bottom line of how they're doing it,
are
I
they
mean,
got
I think
headgears on? Do they are they gonna be wearing
no,
headgear or
no,
no?
no, they're not playing no headgear. No,
Yeah.
they ain't playing headgear.
So I mean,
But the thing was that Roy was bringing up about
get
that
the
was that
body bag
if it was the
prepared.
he'd be able to bang around in it because the lower round time
We'll
is
put
going to
this
benefit
graphic back
Tyson
up.
because Tyson is just a
Look at this.
he's just going to bang and do his thing, and that's it. That's why Roy Jones Jr. was, and he wasn't being a hater. He just said, "Hey man, like I get it, like
I
you know."
just don't
Tyson didn't
see
want to
it.
sit in there another minute, 2 minutes,
You look
doing
at
his
their
thing. But
eyes, and Tyson looks like a killer. Roy Jones looks like he's been getting beat up for the
Tyson's been
last 20
doing
years.
Tyson's been doing freaking DMT and freaking shrooms with Rogan
They
for the
actually
past
mentioned
30
in this
years.
article
Like,
here that that Tyson's camp is still indulging in the vitamins. Part of this.
oh, I saw that, which I totally disagree with that mess. And
Like,
uh
so what?
oh
Like,
no.
should he not be able to?
So I actually saw it. Did I send you that link?
It's you did
Did I
before,
send you a
but
link
this is a different article
the
here.
oh, I thought it was another article I talked about was one they somebody was saying some jackass that went on, which man, having good quality reporting these days is good because it's nice. I mean, there's a little article I might talk about some fine, upstanding journalism that happened about the Masters here recently. Um, that was amazing. Um, and all it did discuss was one of the caddies in the Masters smoking cigarettes the whole time, and the Masters didn't even call him out, and which I'm cool with that.
Hey.
But one of these things these dudes talked about were because Tyson had openly admitted to there was an article that a journalist wrote on Tyson about how he used to use his wife's urine to pass drug tests to that he had to take for the Professional Boxing Association.
I
Um,
don't remember hearing
and then
anything
once
about that.
no, it's there. I could bring it up and I
It's
can
all
send it to you,
good.
but
It's all good. We'll
no,
talk about it.
but the dude that wrote about it, but the only reason that he did it was because at the time he was smoking chronic and doing blow. So he didn't want to pop positive for cocaine or marijuana, so he used his wife's urine to go take this uh, drug test using one of the
Surprise, you're pregnant.
Wisnators or whatever. No, but he was using what like a Wisnator 3000 or whatever, which they it's a prosthetic. Um, so
I
he was
don't
using
dive into this whole world of
oh man, it
passing
was
drug tests. I just pass them.
well, that's how you should do it. But anyway, at the time, and it's not like this happened like 5 years ago or anything.
Right.
This was back in the day when you could use a fake dick and pass a piss test. Those days are way past
Way
us.
past
Like,
us now.
like
Hair
what world are we
follicle.
in now? What world are we in now, William? That I
Oh,
can't go take a fake dick and go pass a piss test and go get a
I
job.
don't even know
Like
where
come
you'd find one.
like for real.
So they are
But no,
fighting.
anyway, no,
They they are
but
fighting
so
for a
they were
belt. These two.
but we're let me finish this thing that I'm on here.
Okay.
So Tyson was accused of doing this. Where I was going was some journalist was trying to blackball Tyson and say that because he was going to do this to pass a drug test for the Professional Boxing Association, it was because he was juicing. And so, like, if he juiced then, he would juice now. So he's going to be on PEDs and going to be juicing for this fight, and which I say is total
It's a
horseshit.
non-sanctioned
And
fight, so
yes, who
they both
cares?
should be juicing if it's like that. But do you
They're
think
both 50
You
years
think
old. They should
Tyson's
be
gonna try
juicing
and make
anyway.
a comeback?
No, he ain't tries to. I don't know why he said this. I don't know why he was doing it, but it really got my gander up, if you want to be country about it. But it really
I
aggravated
just
me
don't see
in the
it
fact.
here.
No, no,
He's
I could.
not juicing for this.
No, I'm not saying he's juicing. It was just where I'm going and where I'm getting my skirt blowed up on this whole deal was the fact that someone wanted to say that since Tyson did that
Just chewed on a seed.
situation, then he's gonna do it for PEDs, which I think is horseshit. He, Tyson addressed it, said it was all bullshit. I mean,
So it's
I don't get it,
bullshit.
man. Don't just say because a guy like he admitted to it. Like at the time when he was taking drug tests, he didn't want to pop up on the PBA's radar because he was doing blow and doing smoking weed.
Yeah, why would yeah, why wouldn't he just say, "Oh, I was
So
doing PEDs too"? Because he wasn't.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like he could have just said it, but
Yeah.
they were like, oh, yeah. I mean, there was some weird
Yeah, but
shit because
boxing will take away titles. They'll erase your name out the history books.
yeah,
You
no,
know, so I don't know. You never know. But these two dudes, they're gonna get down on the 28th, and it's for the belt. There's a frontline battle belt from the
good for them.
WBC, right?
Well, I think
That
that's why they all adjusted some of the rules too.
yeah, and
It's
it's
because
inscribed with the Black
like
Lives
it's a
Matter.
sanction, but
Well,
yeah,
it's said, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
right. Because the WBC gave him this belt, and it's inscribed with Black Lives Matter on the belt for the frontline battle belt is what it's for. Well, and they also are doing anti-doping as well, though, because although VADA will be performing the clean boxing program, out of competition anti-doping testing for both fighters, drug testing for marijuana won't be included because Tyson owns a marijuana company, a cannabis company called
Yeah, but
Tyson Ranch.
yeah, well, and that's a big. He's very well known of that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. So, but they're being tested for anti-doping. I mean, it's all clean. It's all good.
okay, bud, go somewhere else. You can watch whatever you want to upstairs, and you can play with my phone in 20 minutes. Go.
Oh man, that's the goods. You can play with my phone in 20 minutes. He said, "I'll be quiet for
Man, I
that."
was hoping nobody heard that shit neither.
Yeah,
Gonna
no,
see the
we
whole
all
world
heard
see
that. Hey,
all right.
that's that good quiet medicine right there. Our parents used to just give us a little half shot of whiskey when we were kids, and we go shut up for. You know what I mean? We go pass out for the night. These days, like, oh, here's my phone, and 5 hours
My
YouTube later.
my parents used to give me some scripture to go read and do
Oh
whatever,
yeah,
or give me
no.
some penance to go sit there and talk
My
about.
mom was a NyQuil mom. She'd be like, "Yep,
And
here you go. Get the hell out of my hair and go to sleep." Some tussin,
nope,
some tussin PM.
my my mother and father definitely did not spare the rod.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Just say that.
mm,
All right, so
you're
we're
taking Jones in this, right? You're taking Jones in this fight.
I am actually, yeah, I am.
You think he's just gonna go
Being
to a
a
decision and that's it? Or you think you got
nah,
enough? You
man.
got enough to knock out Tyson, dude? Who's gonna knock out
I
Mike
think
Tyson?
I'm gonna say Roy Jones is gonna knock out Tyson in 7.
7? No
Yeah.
way. He's gonna be too tired. Mark my words. Mark my
No,
words.
Tyson's gonna be too tired. Tyson, in my opinion, where you said
He's
what
zen,
was it?
bro.
Tyson in 3. You said he was gonna knock his ass out in 3. Yep, KO, knock out Tyson in 3. Um,
He's zen.
I
Tyson
think
is
I think if
completely zen
if
right
I think
now.
if Tyson's gonna do anything then he's gonna do it early, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a big, quick thing. But I think that Roy Jones is gonna have the longevity. He's been doing stuff. Just hearing him talking on the podcasts I've listened to, he's been training. He's been doing his stuff in his
Yeah,
gyms.
I
He's actually
watched
been
his
doing his thing.
training.
So it's not like he just started
But
off in the
you
past,
watch his training
year
versus
or whenever
Tyson's
they.
training, and
Yeah, but
it's
Tyson is
it's not the same
man. What
level.
shit? But
You think
what
it's just
Mike's been
show?
putting out
Just
there.
show? I don't know.
I'm,
We're gonna find
man,
out. I tell you what, we are gonna find out in 8 days.
you know, and this is something. I mean, I'm tired of this. Man, I don't want to sit there and lose another thing and wake up at 4 in the morning and have to take a shit and go and
Well,
sit in there and
you
just
know,
blow
the
all sort
hot
of stuff out.
it's the
I'm
hot
not sitting
shot
there saying
challenge,
pop that.
bro. We gotta hold to it. We gotta do this for a year.
All right,
Every week for a year, so that we got people on us saying,
all right.
"Damn,"
Well, if
and
that's
then
what
we
we're
can
gonna
keep a
do for a
tally
year,
too.
then okay, good grief. All right,
Yeah,
fine.
come on,
We'll stick
come on.
to a year, at least to a year. I'm not
Hmm?
doing this stuff after a year because
A
if I have to
year.
wake up,
You heard it here. This is a year commitment from Hollis V. And if I win,
Willie G.
if I go on a
All
hot
right.
streak, you're gonna be so mad. If I
Hey,
go like 10 in a
how you
row,
think
you're
I
gonna
have
be
a family?
so
How do you think they're gonna feel?
mad. You know what? You'd be just like Ice Cube's dad in Friday. Boy, get in here.
That is exactly gonna be me in freaking about 40 or 50 years. Yes, that is gonna
Oh
be
my
me.
goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna start busting it down with some closing arguments. Our boy Hollis here. He got something he
We
want to
did do
bring
that.
up. He brought it to my attention that we have a young man from the state of Alaska drafted in the NBA draft. Hollis, hit me with this info right now.
We did have that. We just had a guy. His name's Justinian Jessup. He actually played ball up in Nome when he was a young lad. Shout out to one of my buddies, Sean Octock Jr., aka Stubby. My
Hey.
big boy Stubby holding it down up there. He's from Nome, and just I didn't realize that. But yeah, Justinian Jessup. He got
Justinian
drafted.
Jessup,
Yeah, he got drafted out of, or he got drafted into the to Golden State. He's gonna do his thing.
51st overall, right?
Yep,
Man.
51st overall.
Yo, let's give it up. Let's give it up for our boy
Yeah,
right
man.
now. Yeah, holding it
He
down
went and
for
played
Alaska.
when exactly when played ball at Boise State. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he
My
I
boy.
guess they're gonna send him down to Australia to go play some ball and do his thing. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, hey, good stuff for that. I mean, it's just giving Alaska some love, doing their thing, and just man, native ball, dude. That is freaking.
Hey, you know who
It's
who's
awesome,
got
man.
kind of
We've
a
had a lot of cats come out of Alaska, man, and
you
we
know
can do
you
that.
know you know who helps out with young men and women doing that stuff is Loudon. You remember Loudon used to play shortstop for the Spurs?
Yeah,
Yeah, so Loudon he does videos for AlaskanAthlete.com, his company and his website, and what they do is people will hire him to go out and take video at games or put together like recruitment videos for colleges and stuff like that. And that's Loudon's game now, and he's got countless countless kids getting scholarships to colleges from the state of Alaska and from villages and up north, and football players, basketball players, mostly basketball right now and everything. Um, but and spanning over, into volleyball and stuff like that now too. And the fact that we got these great athletes from these places that, for the most part may not get that recognition or even, have the chance to normally go and get out of state and
Yeah.
play
And
sports somewhere else.
well, and what you need there with that to give Alaskan players good publicity, or and not just Alaskan players, just any player in any sports situation or in any sports program in high school. They need to be good advocates, be good coaches, be good freaking marketers for each of their players. And
Well, and
I
they
mean,
do,
I know
and
that we have a good marketer there, and I know y'all have a good, pretty good coach up there in Talkeetna that's making some
oh
noise
my
nationally
gosh, do
here
we
here
have
recently, man. I
do
mean,
we have one of the best ambassadors for our young women in our area? His name is Chad Valentine. This guy is absolutely amazing. I know Chad personally. Um, you know, from fishing here in the area. His brother is a state trooper. Um, he used to play in the softball tournaments. His brother did back in the day with the Fly Boys in Talkeetna. So, and Chad's an amazing man. So, Chad Valentine's been coaching at Sioux Valley for 35 years. Overall, in the
good for you,
past,
Chad.
yeah, oh man,
Yeah, man. Good for him.
33 as the head coach of the volleyball team, 35
Yeah.
years total. In the past 8 seasons as Sioux Valley's volleyball coach, they are 117 and 15.
So that's
117
that's a
wins,
lot of sets won.
117 wins, 15 losses in the last
Yeah.
8 years. That's
That is
amazing.
a that is
S-
a very amazing amount of sets to win in volleyball. I don't, I my experience in playing volleyball is very limited, but I
That's
knew that I do know that that's pretty freaking
That's
awesome.
an
And
incredible number, right? So Sioux
yeah,
Valley consistently finishes in the top of the conference, small school conference out here.
yeah,
But they qualify for state tournament every year since 2012 now,
well,
right?
good for them.
His teams have
Yeah,
achieved 5 appearances in the Final Four of the 2A state tournament in that time. So 5 of the last 8 years, they've been in the Final Four of the 2A state tournament, including
good job, Chad.
first in 2013 where they won it and second in 2018. His team was on track to go to the state tournament appearance again this year in 2020 before the COVID shut everything down, which is kind of bummer. But Chad Valentine, Coach Chad Valentine, has been selected the Conference Coach of the Year 2001, 2015, 2016, 2017. And now he's finally being recognized regionally as one of the top 40 coaches in the nation. Uh, it's just a really amazing thing that we have this guy up here that's doing such great things.
Yeah,
Um, when I was in high school out there, our volleyball team was really good. There was a lot of great young ladies playing. Now there's girls going to UAA, UAF, girls on scholarship. Emily Hartley, Matthews girl. There was a ton of young ladies here going to college on scholarship through volleyball, and
yeah.
it's pretty awesome. This guy is putting in this work, and I was asking myself the other day, like, man, when is UAA gonna call this guy up and be like, hey, we need you to come coach because what you're doing out there with a limited talent pool is remarkable. Like you
Well,
want to come out here and
ask
coach the Seawolves,
ask our homegirl Stacy Meisner. I mean, she gonna ask for help there. I mean, she's an assistant coach there, and I'm sure she could know some of our some of your talent out there in Talkeetna.
right? Is my
So
camera
yeah,
flashing? Does
I
it look
mean,
like it's flashing to you?
it does.
What in the heck is going on?
and I thought it was just the
Dude,
vitamins I took
yeah,
earlier. I
no.
mean,
Hey, it's back. Yeah, no, I switched the screen, show my demographic and everything. It's like a read off about Chad, but you know, he's always done really good things for the community in general. And that's kind of what I want to portray is that Chad Valentine and the Valentine family, you know, he employs his daughter as his assistant coach. She played for his volleyball team. Um, Jimmy Sickler plays for the Spurs. He's the athletic
yep,
director out there at Sioux Valley High School. Um, and so what they're doing out there is just really, really good stuff. And
good for them.
you couldn't ask for a better guy to be recognized nationally uh, for what he's doing. He gives these young women a direction, and like I know, having a great coach behind you and helping you along the way is
Yeah,
just one of those things. Like it, I'll Doug Moore, my favorite hockey coach. I was fortunate enough personally to be able to leave the state and play hockey. All over North America, juniors in British Columbia and prep school, Catholic prep school in upstate New York and Buffalo and Niagara, getting into Canada and playing up there. So um,
yeah,
I definitely know what opportunity can do for you and what good
yeah,
coaches
and
can do for you.
yeah, exactly. And a good coach and a small program like that definitely leads a lot of kids to a big success.
Success and like really,
You know,
really big success.
growing up in my small town that I did in West Texas, we had coaches that definitely pointed our girls that we needed uh, in a in the right direction. I mean, it was. I definitely am happy to see that y'all have some of the same similar experiences that I did as a kid. But I mean, it's man, that's freaking awesome, man. And to have someone that's n- nationally recognized from Talkeetna, Alaska,
Yeah,
is pretty cool. And
it's nuts. His brother, like I grew up fishing with his brother. They're a bit older than me, maybe 7, 8 years older, but showing me the ropes as a young male running around Talkeetna, and showing me the right things to do and wrong things to do. And he turned out to be a trooper. He showed up
yeah,
to the softball field. Dan Valentine, no joke. He showed up to the softball field. He was a trooper in our area, which is really rare that you get, trooper working in his hometown area. But
yeah,
and he showed up to the field and we were doing some ball practice and I was out there pitching BP and he saw me and he gets out. Hey Willie, what's up? I was like, Dan, grab the bat. Come on, man. He's a lefty too. You'd be jazzed. And he's a
yeah.
lefty. And he got out there in his gear and ripped 3 home runs. And he was never really, he's not a big stature guy or a big, ripped, bulky guy, nothing, he looks
Just
intimidating in his gear, of course,
just
because he's
always
wearing a
ready.
vest. He's
Those guys
wearing a
don't have
vest
to.
and everything, but he put 3 home runs out in about 8 pitches, which was pretty impressive. I mean,
They
it's all
don't
Keatna
train.
though. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say in Talkeetna. I mean,
but
but
still,
even then,
Trooper steps up and rips some balls. So that's kind of the breed
yeah,
that his brother Chad is from too. Just really good people. I got a lot of respect for our law enforcement here in
no,
this state. So, and his brother Dan is great people, and the Spurs can all attest to that. And
yeah.
yeah, it's good stuff. Well, Hollis, is there anything you want to get out tonight? Anything else you want to say
Well,
before we
I
send
we
these
got a
people along?
got a few closing arguments. One thing I really wanted to touch on, uh, and just get on. I mean, I followed the Masters a little bit. I just wanted to make sure, see how Tiger was doing, see how everybody else was
Right.
doing, see how all my homeboys,
Tiger shot a
guys that
10
they were
on a
talking about it.
hole.
So Barstool Sports did a badass review
Right. And we're at
about
an hour right now.
about Danny Valley smoking on the course. That was awesome. So that's one of my
Did
deals.
any of the
So
officials
so we're
say anything?
no, nobody
Did any
did
of
a
the players
damn
say
thing.
anything?
Didn't
Nobody
do a damn thing.
complained?
I just nobody
He's the
complained.
only
I just
guy on the course smoking.
yeah.
There's no
The
fans.
only
I
dude.
guarantee you there ain't no fans allowed to smoke on
All right, so
Augusta.
that's one thing. All right, so we'll do that.
Well,
That's
we're
one
talking
thing.
about it right now.
Um,
We don't need to
I
list
don't
them.
give a shit. I don't give a shit. I just want to throw it out there. If you haven't checked it out, Google Barstool Sports smoking
Barstool
caddy and
Sports.
Masters. I don't give a shit about that.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
Second thing, uh,
Oh
throwing my darts spiel.
yeah, let's
There
hear it.
was a major dart tournament about to happen next weekend. It's not going to happen. It was supposed to happen at Cooper Landing. I have no idea why they changed it. They postponed it to an in-person ordeal that's now going to be uh, New Year's weekend. Um, However, they've also incorporated a more online uh, adventure that we're
Okay.
gonna go into. So I'll delve into more next weekend, or our next video that we do, and then also I want to bring up being from the great town of Hawley, Texas. My high school football team uh, was just the high school area champs for their division back home.
Okay.
So they are the high school. I forget what region they're from, but they're the high school area champions for 2A.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so
Hey,
they
congrats to
they
them.
made
Let's
they
give it
made a
up.
good run. Yeah, they made a good run. So the Holly Bearcats moved on from by district champs to now they're area champs. So
Hey,
doing their thing.
let's get it. Let's get it, boys.
And then what the hell did I had one other thing that I was gonna do.
Oh man, you better get on it.
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, uh, really, I mean, I'm about to go do some ice fishing tomorrow. Hopefully, I get some gigantic lake trout and burbot. That's what I'm going after. I'm really looking forward to this. If any of you guys want to go ice fishing, hit up davefishalaska.com. I believe he's probably giving some in-state rates. If you live in the state of Alaska, you don't have the ice fishing gear, call him up, book a trip. I will take you ice fishing. Let's go
Yep.
tomorrow. All
Hit up
right.
Will.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Catch
go.
some
Let's
hogs.
let's
Go
do
catch
this
a
thing.
hog. Yep.
davefishalaska.com. Book your trip. You can give him a call and we'll set this up. Anything else? I think that's about it. Hollis, this was a good one. This is good talking
It
with
is.
you. Mike Tyson's definitely gonna knock out Roy Jones in third round,
Eh,
and Taysom Hill is probably gonna throw the ball 20 times, and
we'll see.
he's gonna go 16 for
Fantasy
he's gonna go 16 for 20 with a touchdown,
fantasy
and
owners are gonna be
he's gonna
pissed.
run the ball for a touchdown and 82 yards.
I'm sure he'll do his thing.
Yeah, Nostra Willie just called it out right there. That's a hot shot.
No,
All
sir,
right,
Willie.
buddy. Yeah, yeah. You
Fuck
like
out of
that?
here.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. This is
Use
Hot
the
Shot
fucking F
Sports
bomb in
Talk.
here.
Hollis B, Willie G. Yeah, we talking smack.